you're done with work and you head to your local Quick Trip. Now, you're going there to get your Big Buddy and a hamburger and maybe fill up your gas. But while you're doing these things, you're probably not wondering how much the people in the blue shirt cooking your food, checking you out, and helping you with your gas are getting paid. You're probably wondering why the Big Buddy's $2, the hamburger's $4, and you're paying how much for gas? That's at least what I think. But the most important thing that I just said there is how much the employees get paid. Now, Quick Trip's probably a bad example because they're able to pay more than double the minimum wage for a starting wage to their employees, which is amazing in itself. But it kind of makes you wonder, if Quick Trip can pay $15.25 starting wage, why can't other places around the U.S. pay just as much more? And why can't the U.S. overall just raise their minimum wage? And that's because by raising the minimum wage, all the negative impacts such as inflation, loss of jobs, and loss of benefits would be even worse in the long run. Now, let's start with the biggest one, inflation. Inflation is when the prices for a good goes up, or the worth of a good goes down, but you still have to pay the same amount. Now, by raising the minimum wage to, let's say, an easy $10, would force employers, especially small businesses that aren't able to afford that, to raise their prices in order to have that money to employ their employees. And that would cause prices all over the U.S. to go up. And if we didn't think the $4 hamburger was bad enough, wait till it gets to $6. Because that's what's going to happen. Prices will go up just in order for the employees to get paid. And the money that they are getting paid, that little extra, the $3 that they're getting paid extra, is just going to go right back into the system, right back into that hamburger, because guess what? The employers had to raise their prices. Now, the second reason, and almost as big as inflation, is the loss of jobs. Now, employers could decide not to, raise their prices. LendingTree.com says there's little to no room to raise the wage as it is. And that's because you would have to compensate for the raise in wages by raising the prices. But the second reason, because let's say you don't want to compensate and you don't want to have to raise the prices, you would have to fire other employees. That would mean a loss of jobs all over the U.S. Up to half of it would have to go. Because as the Congress Budget Office says, as they raised the minimum wage at the office, their jobs went down because of the fact that they had to transfer the money from, the fired employees over to the working employees. And that's a loss of jobs. If we didn't have enough of a problem with job losses, we would have even bigger problems. Now, the third point is benefits. And you're probably thinking, benefits, those aren't going to go away. They're benefits. They don't have to pay for those. We don't have to pay for those. But you do. Let's think about healthcare. Health Affairs raises an interesting quandary. It says, what does research suggest about the effects of minimum wage increase on the health of low-wage workers and their family? And this kind of goes along with the inflation idea. When we raise prices of our goods, the healthcare area is also raising prices. They have to pay their offices more. They have to pay everybody more, and they therefore have to charge more for going to the doctors, going to the dentist, getting your wisdom teeth taken out. So is it really worth it? Because all of a sudden we're paying more for that. And it's coming from our paycheck. So the extra $3 an hour that you're getting because you work at that one gas station and you're getting paid minimum wage, that $3 is going to go right out of your paycheck before you even get it and right into your health care. It's not even going to go towards the people that we want to help, the lower class that is living on minimum wage and barely making it week to week. So what do? We can't raise minimum wage because of the inflation, the raising of prices. We can't do it because it would also cause a loss of jobs. But also, we don't want to lose our benefits. We don't want to have to give up our health care because we want to pay for food. That's just not okay. So now, let's just say it. Raising the minimum wage might change might change our economic climate for the first few months, but in the end, the ratio is going to come out the same. We will still have high prices for low pay because that's just how it works out. So let's just think about it. We can't raise minimum wage, but we are also not going to want to lower it. So I want to leave you with this. What if we just get rid of the minimum wage? Thank you.